Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing an Inari Fox Spirit. So at first I wasn't actually planning to do this. I was just kind of sketching around and scribbling random things, and I made this one scribble that looked kind of cool. It's like that F thing, and I thought that symbol looked really good, so I decided to draw a drawing that was kind of based off of that. So in the beginning I was drawing this girl sitting down, but it was looking ugly, so I decided to draw a lady who's wearing traditional Japanese clothing. I don't know what this is called, like a kimono or something. I'm not Japanese, so I don't know. I also gave her a little fan in her hands, and after drawing the outfit and the body for a while, I decided to take a little break by drawing the face instead, because it's really painful for me to draw bodies. I don't know, limbs and torsos are just really gross. Anyways, as I was sketching out this girl, she kind of reminded me of a fox, so that's why I decided to draw a kitsune fox Inari god spirit thing. Yeah, I don't really know what to call it, but once I started sketching this out, I kind of realized I wanted to give her a mask, like those fox masks, but I also wanted to show her face too, so I had a dilemma. So instead I decided to draw a completely new one where there are actually two of them, so that way you can have the best of both worlds. Sorry, I stuttered a little bit. Anyways, when I was drawing the tail, I was just originally gonna give them one each, but then I kind of realized that they're supposed to have 9, I think. So I didn't really have enough space to draw 18 tails. So instead, I put the girl's tail on the bottom, and I put the guy's tail at the top. After that, I drew the fox in her lap, and I drew another one that's kind of like a ghost, and it's kind of hanging out in the corner. Then after I was done sketching everything, I blew up the picture, and I also cropped the page a little bit so it was more square like. I started drawing really tiny at the beginning because I just feel that's easier and it makes things less complicated. Anyways, I know that some of you are thinking yo, you just drew a cat girl a week ago. Why are you drawing foxes now? Are you having some weird obsession with girls with animal ears? And it's no, okay, I kind of have a valid reason for this. It's because I was craving Inari sushi, which is that tofu pouch thing with the rice and the sesame seeds inside. It tastes really good, and I've been missing it because usually I eat my friends, and I can't see her anymore, so. And I just realized that sounds kind of weird, I eat my friends. I don't eat my friends, okay? I eat the food that they have, okay? Don't get it twisted. Anyways, back to what I'm drawing. I decided to put a little symbol on the fox. At first I was going to do this little flower symbol, and then I was thinking of doing this target symbol thing, and then I went with the flower again, and I actually put the target circle symbol on the other fox's back. And for the guy's fox mask, I made it half long or whatever it's called, because I thought it was cuter that way. It was a bit difficult doing the snout or whatever, but I think it worked out. Since I didn't really know what to do with the bottom half of his face, since I didn't really plan it out, I just kind of pushed the mask to the side, and then I finished drawing his lower jaw, and then I slapped it back on. I also drew the strings to the mask, and I gave him a man bun, or not really a man bun, more a man ponytail. Yeah, and I also gave him a little lantern because she was holding something, and I wanted him to hold something too, and I thought a lantern would be cute. I also drew some foxfire around them, cause magic and stuff. How I drew those fireball things is I basically did a wiggly swirl, and then I drew kind of the fire silhouette around that. When I finished sketching everything, I turned down the opacity of that layer, and then I started to trace over everything. And I don't mean to sound arrogant or anything, but dude, I feel the inking this time was the best thing I've ever done in my entire life. Just look at that. I put so much detail into it. It took me hecka long, but I'm really satisfied with the results. Normally my tracing is like trash, but this time I feel like it actually turned out good. So I was really happy about that. It's probably because I like shaded and stuff, so that's probably why it looked better. And I also kind of shaded her fingertips. I made it like darker and I gave her like really sharp nails because I don't know, that looks foxier or something. I also gave her super like slanted upturned eyes and really short eyebrows. I also gave the two of them those like wooden sandals with those like two like clackered things on the bottom. Plus, I gave them both matching moles like underneath their collarbones, and I added some other random moles all over their body because I thought it was like pretty that way. And I also put like a bell and a tassel on her fan, and I put two bells on his mask and a tassel on his lantern because that way everything like matched and stuff. I also decided to give him a talisman earring, and I also added a bunch of other talismans like all around them near the fire. Basically what I did was I drew these like slips of paper and then I just scribbled random symbols that look cool on them. Anyways, after I finished tracing everything, I started to plan out the colors. I changed the background color to gray so I could like see everything better when I was coloring, and this time I decided to make them kind of look like opposites, like she's like black and red and he's like white and blue. So before I started coloring, in my mind I was actually planning to have the girl have a white tail and like white ears but just have black hair, but I decided that would look kind of weird because like why would she have like white fur when she has black hair. So I decided to just go all the way black, and I would give him white hair instead. And also usually I like color like step by step, like I do her skin first and then after I shade the skin and stuff I move on to the hair and so on and so forth. But this time I decided to block everything out first. So like I said before, I want to do like a red versus blue thing, so I decided to give them like different lightings. So for the girl, I wanted her like skin and everything to be like kind of reddish, but I wanted the light to be blue, and for him I wanted the light to be red. So after I like colored the smoke and stuff in the background, I also turned down the opacity for the smoke so it could be like see-through. After that I started to work on coloring everything and shading. So the girl's blue lighting is probably coming from like the foxfire or whatever it's called, and the guy's red lighting is coming from the lantern. I'm not really sure why the blue light isn't on the fox guy. I didn't think that far, so don't question it. Like always, I smeared blush all over their body, like probably excessively, but I'm kind of sad that the fan kind of covers up her blush and makes it look more orangey. And I added some highlights on her hair and on her tail to make it look like really glossy and stuff. I really like how the blue lighting looks on everything. I think it looks cool. And I usually do the blue mixing with the red lighting stuff a lot. Usually when I shade with blue it makes people look like a corpse, but I'm glad it looks like better this time. And I also use the smudge tool a lot to blend things for her clothes. I know that some people say that you shouldn't use it because it's like amateurish, but like it makes things so much simpler, so I just do that. And for his mask, I made it kind of like a yellowy color. I kind of wanted it to be like completely white, but I decided to go against that since everything around him was like pretty much white anyways. And I was going to give them like opposite eye colors too. I was going to give her like a glowing blue eye and him a red eye. And it worked pretty well on her. I used like color dodge layers and like hard light layers, and it turned out pretty well. But for him I had to drop that idea because when I tried to color his eye red, it ended up just looking like there was a bunch of blood splattered all over his mask and like his eye was gouged out, which I've done before in one of my other videos, but like I wasn't going for that this time, so I had to just get rid of it completely. Afterwards, I did the lantern lights. I did the background by just using like a random brush and like adding dark blue and red everywhere. And I also tried to shade the smoke in the background. It didn't work out, so I just dropped that idea. And after all that, I added some light for the foxfire, and I was done. I kind of played with the color and saturation and stuff like that, which I don't think is cheating because it's like kind of part of like digital art, right? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you haven't already, like and subscribe if you want to see more.